Okay, so if you have been following the tutorials, you should have your device holder topper looking something like this. So you should have either done the cat or the shark to start with. But now we want to add the fold to the bottom. So this is the second bit of acrylic that we are going to use, which we are going to bend and attach to your wooden base. So to start with, we're going to, first of all, re-save our cat or our shark. So we have the cat here. We go up the top to File. I'm going to go to Save As, and we're going to save it in my device holder. And I'm going to call it Cat Fold. So that means that this is the bit that we're going to bend. So Cat Fold. Hit save, and then that should change the one up the top here. So that means we have two different files saved. So I want to select one side of my cat here, and we are going to create a new sketch. I'm going to use the 2-point rectangle tool, and I am just going to select two parts of my cat. Oh, that didn't work. Go back. And we want to go up enough that the cat will have enough strength there so that it won't break. If we made it really thin and narrow, it would be more likely to break over. So to give it more strength, I'm just going to move that across. So on mine, it is about 64 mils. Hit tab on my keyboard, and I'm just going to make it 50 millimeters that way. So when I hit enter, we should get this rectangle like that. I'm going to use this fillet tool up the top just to curve my two corners at 10 mils each. So and then we're going to need to put the holes in that we are going to need to screw. So I go up here, I select the circle tool, and I click and drag out, and we're going to create a 4 millimeter hole, and I'm going to do the same here, 4 millimeters. Using the dimension tool, so if it doesn't come up the top here, we can go down to the bottom of this create menu to select that tool, and we're going to make sure that that circle is 10 millimeters in that way, and also that it is 10 millimeters that way, so that it has enough strength that it's going to hold our device holder top, but it is not too far away from the edge. So we're going to make that 10. And if I select the middle of the dot and I come across and select the outside line, we also that one to be 10. So we can see here that both of those dots are now 10 millimeters away from each. So come at the top, we want to finish that sketch, and we should be able to see this part of our cat. So selecting that shape, we're going to extrude. Over on the right hand side here though, we don't want it to say new body or cut. We're going to drop down that menu and we're going to select join because we want our two shapes to join together. So I've made this on this side of my cat. So I'm going to go -3 and hit enter. And then we should have this fold bit down the bottom with two holes. So if I home that, we can see that I have a fold on the bottom of that cat with the two holes in it. If you have done the shark, we want to think about the strength of that fold. So if I was to do a fold on this one, so I'm going to quickly save this one again, and we're going to call it shark fold. Making sure it's in our device holder folder. If I was to, once again, to create a sketch on this side of the shark with my rectangle tool, if I was to do a long, thin rectangle on the tail of the shark, it would be quite flimsy. It would be quite weak. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one that goes up there, and we want to go down about 5 mils from the bottom. So this one is going to be a bit bigger, but it's going to have a lot more support for our shark when we do that fold. So once again, I've created that rectangle. I'm going to curve my corners. So I don't want them to be 20. I want them to be 10. And we might just move this one up a bit. So I should be able to. Move that up a bit. Comes a bit smaller. We're going to do the circles once again. So we just want to create 2 4 mil circles. And we want to sketch dimension. So hit D on the keyboard, and we're going to make sure that they are 10 mils by 10 mils. 10 and 10. Oh, not 19. 10. So we can see I've gone up the shark's tail a bit there, but we're still going to be able to see the shark when we create it, because that's going to be in front of that fold one, because we're going to cut it out in a different color. So don't worry if you are doing a design and you do your fold up that high, because that's going to be cut out on a different bit of acrylic. So you're still going to be able to see the shark in the front, but we want the fold going up high enough that it creates enough strength that it's not going to snap off. So I'm going to select that one, and we're going to extrude that one. We want to join them together, so we don't want a new body. And because I've done that in the front, again, I'm going to go -3, and then they should be joined together. The tail is gone, but that is fine, because it's going to be on a different bit of acrylic, and that's going to give it more strength so that it's not going to snap very easily. So now you should have both of your projects. So we should have the cat without the fold. That looks something like that. And then we also have the cat with the fold. So this cat without the fold will be cut out in a different color, and we will be sticking it on the front of this one. So this should give you some sort of idea about what sort of things you could be doing for your actual device holder, final device holder topper.